Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing? Man, Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Man, Antonelli here. Today, I'm answering your questions. You guys sent in questions on our YouTube channel and to our Instagram page. And so today's question is from Timothy Cortez. He asks, how acutely aware are players of their batting average or other stats during the season? All right, so let's get into it. But before we do, today's video is sponsored by Picks and Parlays. You guys want the best free daily sports picks on the planet? Visit Picks and Parlays on YouTube. That's Picks and Parlays. They have a YouTube channel. Picks and Parlays gives you the best premium sports picks on the web with all the winners you need. It's 100% free at Picks and Parlays. They cover most every sport and update daily, so it's like real time. Find the channel link down in the description and make sure you subscribe to Picks and Parlays. And be sure to hit the bell for daily notifications. Check out my friends at Picks and Parlays. Okay, so let's talk about statistics. Batting average, but other stats as well. I'll say this. Maybe it's just me. I don't think it was, though. I knew my batting average every single at-bat. I would say starting in college. In high school, I didn't. Because in high school, we had a scoreboard, but there weren't stats on it. And stats in high school, like, almost don't even matter. Like, you can hit a ball through someone's legs, and the guy on the bench could just be like, let's just give him a hit or whatever. When you get to college, that's when statistics finally start to be real, unless you play at Florida State. When we played at Florida State, literally, they made sure that every ball you hit went as an error, so their pitchers' ERAs were low. And every ball that they hit, even if you hit it through your legs, Shane Robinson hit a ball right through my legs when he had a hitting streak going, and they gave him a hit on it. The ball went right through my legs. I was like, oh my God, that was the worst play ever. I look up, it says hit. I'm like, that was the first time in my life I was like, that's bull. That should be an error. Like, I know it's on me, but give me an error. Anyways, starting in college, in the minor leagues, and then in the major leagues, I knew my average every single at-bat. Pretty much. Now, there were certain places that didn't update the average every at-bat. So let's say you went into a game, right? So you start the game off, they do the starting lineups, they put your face on the scoreboard, or they put your stats, Matt Antonelli, depending on the year, hitting 332, or maybe it says hitting 210, but let's say hitting 332, right? Now, you get up for your first at-bat, you walk up to the plate, they announce your name. It's almost automatic that you see it, because when you're walking up, it's huge. Every stadium pretty much has a scoreboard. And so you see it there, 332, okay? Now, let's say you get out. Some stadiums, when you come up the next time, will still say 332. So you might not know exactly where you're at every at-bat that game, but you've got a rough idea. I always thought the worst stadiums were the ones where they would update it every at-bat. So you're hitting 332, and then you get out, and you walk up, and then you look, and it says 330. And then you get out, and you walk up, it says 327. And you get out, and you walk up, it says 324 or whatever, right? And it just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. I had that at a lot of stadiums. There were some stadiums the other way that did not do that. But regardless, I would say pretty certain that I knew my average pretty much every game, okay? So not only do you see it on the scoreboard, but you also will see it after games and even before games, typically in the clubhouse. This is not so much in college. I don't remember this in college, but this is in the minor leagues and the major leagues. You usually have like a little pamphlet that they'll have in there that'll have not really a scouting report, but just like a little preview on the series coming up that you're playing in. And when right there, you can always, sometimes or a lot of times I'll flip through and just, who are we playing, blah, blah, blah. And then you see your stats right there as well, okay? So your stats are kind of always around. When I was playing, it was always batting average. Let's see, what else would they throw? I don't even know if they put on base percentage and slugging percentage up there very much. They might have at certain places. That's, I was playing during the days where it was like batting average, RBI, home runs. Those were like really the three main things that they put up there. And so I would say that I pretty much always knew those. The other thing is it depends a little bit on how you're doing. So when you're doing really poorly, if you happen to play at a random stadium where they don't have the stats on the scoreboard, which again was pretty much every one, when I was hitting in 2008, at one point I was hitting like 165. At one point, it was a real low point in my career. Every single time I'd go up to bat, literally every time I'd step in, first at bat, I'd dig it in, hey, what's up, man? To the catcher, hey, what's up, Jim, or whoever's umpiring. I'm getting ready, and then all of a sudden, here it comes. Nice 165 average, you bum! Like, you hear that pretty much like every single at bat. I heard it all the time. And when you're doing poorly, you really hear it a lot, unfortunately. So I heard that a lot. A lot of people want to talk about your average when you're not hitting your weight. Yeah, that's another one. Can't even hit his weight. You hear all that stuff, unfortunately. But see, so when you're not doing well, man, you hear it you get on the scoreboard. You get it from like well, depending on where you're playing in the minor leagues, maybe from the 50 fans sitting behind the home plate. And I've said this before, it actually is better when there's more people there, because when there's a lot of people there, you can't hear like the individual idiots yelling. You just kind of hear like a white noise kind of sound. But when you're playing someplace where there's like 17 people in the stands, well, you definitely hear the one or all 17 of the idiots screaming nice average. So that's never fun. The other thing is, I noticed that the more I got closer to the big leagues, the more I would know my own stats and then know other players' stats. So like when I first started in the minor leagues, when I got to short season A-ball, I kind of really only knew my stats. I didn't really follow anyone else's. But then as I moved up and got closer to the big leagues, and then as become a top prospect or a high prospect, they start writing about you more, and then sometimes you stumble upon different pages talking about your stats, and then they're talking about other top prospect stats, and then they're talking about, oh, here are the big leaguer stats, and oh, he's getting close to this guy, and he could be passing this guy soon, and then you don't want to fall into that trap, although I did when I was doing well. Now, when I wasn't doing well, I didn't want to read up on anyone else. Like, I didn't care what anyone else was hitting. I didn't want to hear the word batting average because my batting average was so low. But when you're doing well, or at least when I was doing well, then I would somehow find my way, like, looking at other guys' stats and seeing how guys were doing and comparing myself and all that stuff. So I don't suggest you get into that. But if you hit well, then hell, I guess go ahead, do whatever the hell you want. That's fine. When you're not hitting well, you don't want to know. At least I didn't want to know anything. I didn't even want to talk about baseball when I wasn't doing well. So I would say, again, that's probably most players. I know with me, I always knew my stats, and so that's how it goes. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, share with all your friends, all that good stuff, and we'll talk to you later.